At 72, I haven't been sick in 37 years. No colds, no flu, no pills. I know, it sounds hard to believe. But it's true. Hi, I'm John. I used to be a health coach, and for over 40 years, I've helped thousands of people feel better, move better, and live longer. Now that I'm retired, I want to give back by sharing what's actually worked for me. And here's the thing, it's not about chasing the latest health trends, spending hundreds on supplements, or going on strict diets. Nope. The real secret? It's simple, daily habits. Things you can start doing today, no matter your age or fitness level. In this video, I'll walk you through 7 small habits that have helped me stay strong, energized, and medicine-free all these years. These are things any senior can do, and they might just change your life. So if you're ready to take back control of your health and feel young again, stick around. And if this sounds like the kind of support you need, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let's do this together. 1. Start your day with a glass of warm water. Let me tell you something simple that made a big difference in my life. Every single morning for the past 30 years, I've started my day with a glass of warm water. Nothing fancy. Just clean, warm water, no lemon, no honey, no powders. And you know what? It works. After a long night's sleep, your body wakes up dehydrated. Most people don't even realize that. That first glass of warm water gently wakes up your system. It gets your digestion going, it flushes out toxins, and it sets the tone for the day. I'm not saying it's a miracle cure, but I am saying it's one of the easiest habits to build, and one of the most powerful. I remember when a close friend of mine, Martha, she's 67 now, told me she always felt sluggish in the mornings. She'd go straight for coffee, hoping it would help. I suggested something different. Just try warm water first. 1 glass. Before anything else. She laughed at first, but she gave it a shot. A few weeks later, she called me and said, "John, I don't know why I waited so long to try this. I feel lighter, I'm not as bloated, and I actually have more energy in the morning." She didn't change anything else. Just added that one habit. See, we tend to look for big solutions. Pills, diets, expensive programs. But sometimes, it's the little things that move the needle. And starting your day with warm water is one of those little things. It's gentle on your stomach. It hydrates you right away. And it gets your metabolism moving before you even think about breakfast. I've heard similar stories from dozens of other people I've worked with. Seniors especially say they feel more regular, less stiff, and even sleep better at night. That one small step in the morning can set off a chain reaction throughout your day. And here's the best part, it costs nothing. You don't need to buy anything, follow any plan, or read a book. Just turn on your tap, warm it up a little, and drink. That's it. So easy, so simple, but surprisingly effective. If you've never tried it before, why not tomorrow? Just 1 glass of warm water before your coffee, your pills, or your breakfast. Try it for a week. Then come back and let me know how you feel. You might be surprised. And if you've already made this a habit, I'd love to hear about it. How has it helped you? Did you notice a difference in your energy, digestion, or mood? Drop your experience in the comments. I read every one. You never know who your story might help. It's easy to overlook small things. But sometimes, those are the ones that keep us going strong year after year. 2. Daily walks in nature. Every single day, rain or shine, I make time for a 30-minute walk. Not on a treadmill. Not in a gym. Outside, in the fresh air, under the sky, surrounded by trees whenever I can. There's something about being in nature that calms the mind and moves the body in a way no machine ever could. When I was younger, I thought exercise had to be intense to be effective. But over time, I realized one of the most powerful things I could do for my body and mind was simply to walk. Just move. And when I do it in a natural setting, like the park down the road, it feels less like a workout and more like a gift to myself. There's a small trail near my house, lined with oak trees. The leaves crunch under your feet in the fall, and the birds sing in the spring. I've walked that path so many times I could probably do it with my eyes closed. But it never gets old. I come back from those walks with a clearer head and a more peaceful heart. A neighbor of mine, Roger, used to watch me from his porch. He's in his early 70s, always looked a little stressed. One day, I invited him to join me. At first, he said no. Then, one morning, I saw him lacing up his sneakers. He walked with me, slow at first, catching his breath often, but he stuck with it. After a few weeks, he told me, "John, I've been sleeping better. I feel more relaxed. And I don't snap at my wife as much." We both laughed. But he was serious. That's what nature does. It slows you down. It reminds you to breathe. It gives your mind space to wander in a healthy way, not the overthinking kind that keeps you up at night. And walking, especially for seniors, is one of the safest, most effective forms of movement. It helps with balance, lowers blood pressure, boosts mood, and even supports brain health. You don't have to hike a mountain. Just find a quiet street, a park, a patch of green somewhere near you. Put your phone away. Listen to the world around you. Let your mind and body reset. It's one of the few habits I've kept for decades, and I truly believe it's a big reason I've stayed so healthy. If you haven't tried walking in nature regularly, I really encourage you to start. Just 15 minutes, then 20, then maybe 30. Let your body set the pace. Over time, it becomes something you look forward to, not just for your health, but for your soul. And if you already enjoy daily walks, I'd love to hear about it. Where's your favorite place to walk? Do you go alone or with someone you love? Share your story in the comments below. You might inspire someone else to get outside and take that first step. Nature doesn't ask much of us. Just that we show up. And when we do, it gives back more than we expect. 3. Balanced, home-cooked meals. If there's one thing that's kept me going strong all these years, it's this: home-cooked meals made with real, whole foods. Nothing fancy, nothing extreme, just simple dishes with fresh vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Food that I can recognize. Food I grew up with. Food that doesn't come from a box or a drive-through window. I make it a point to cook most of my meals at home. Not because I'm some gourmet chef, but because I want to know exactly what's going into my body. When you cook at home, you control the ingredients, the portions, the oils, the salt. You don't need to count calories or follow the latest diet trend. Just keep it real, keep it fresh, and your body will thank you. I remember one client of mine, Lisa, in her late 60s, she used to eat out almost every day. Sandwiches, takeout, frozen dinners. She didn't feel terrible, but she always complained of low energy. I gently encouraged her to try cooking a few meals at home each week. Nothing complicated, just grilled chicken with vegetables, maybe a homemade soup. Within a month, she told me she felt more awake in the mornings, less bloated, and even lost a few pounds without trying. The best part? She said she felt proud of herself again. There's something special about preparing your own food. It's not just about nutrition, it's about self-care. When you take time to cook, you slow down. You reconnect with your senses, the smell of garlic in the pan, the colors of fresh veggies, the warmth of a meal made by your own hands. That's healing. That's nourishing in more ways than one. And no, you don't need to cook every single day. Start small. One meal a day, then maybe a few dinners a week. Keep it simple. Think baked salmon with sweet potatoes, a veggie stir-fry, or a hearty lentil stew. You don't need exotic ingredients. What matters is that it's made by you, with love, and with your health in mind. I'm not saying you can never eat out again. I enjoy the occasional meal at a restaurant too. But the foundation of my health, what's kept me from getting sick all these years, has been built in my own kitchen. It's the quiet, daily habit that adds up more than people realize. If you're not used to cooking at home, give it a shot. Start with one dish you enjoy and make it your own. You might be surprised by how good it feels, not just to eat it, but to make it. And if you already love home-cooked meals, I'd love to hear from you. Do you have a favorite healthy recipe? Something simple, delicious, and nourishing? Share it in the comments. You never know who you might inspire to pick up a pan and start their own journey toward better health. Because in the end, good food doesn't have to be complicated. It just needs to be real. And made with care. 4. Regular sleep schedule. If there's one thing I never compromise on, it's my sleep schedule. I go to bed at the same time every night and wake up around the same time every morning, whether it's a weekday, weekend, holiday, or vacation. It might sound boring to some people, but let me tell you, it's been one of the biggest keys to staying healthy and feeling good, even into my 70s. Sleep isn't just about getting enough hours, it's about consistency. Our bodies run on rhythms. When we give them a predictable routine, they respond with energy, clarity, and resilience. When we don't, well, that's when things start to fall apart. I've seen it happen over and over again. I remember a close friend of mine, Susan. She's 68, sharp as a tack, but a few years ago, she started having real trouble sleeping. She'd fall asleep at random hours, nap during the day, stay up late watching TV, and then wonder why she felt exhausted all the time. We talked, and I gently suggested she try going to bed and waking up at the same time every day for a couple of weeks. No screens right before bed, no late-night snacks, just a calm routine and a steady schedule. It took a little time, but within 2 weeks, she was sleeping through the night and feeling like herself again. I think most people underestimate how powerful sleep really is. We focus so much on food and exercise, which are important, but sleep is the silent foundation. When you sleep well, everything else gets easier. Your immune system works better. Your mind is clearer. Your mood improves. Your body repairs itself. It's like giving your entire system a reset every single night. And the beauty of it is, you don't need to buy anything. You don't need a fancy mattress or expensive supplements. All it takes is a little discipline and a few simple changes. Keep your room cool and dark. Turn off electronics an hour before bed. Try reading or listening to calming music instead. And most importantly, go to bed at the same time each night, even on weekends. Your body loves that rhythm, even if your social calendar doesn't. I've been following this habit for decades now. No matter what's going on in my life, my sleep schedule keeps me grounded. It's helped me avoid burnout, keep my energy stable, and stay mentally sharp year after year. So if you're struggling with sleep, or just feeling off during the day, take a look at your routine. Are you giving your body the rest it needs on a regular schedule? You might be surprised how much changes when you simply go to bed at the same time every night. And I'd love to hear from you. What's your bedtime routine? Do you have any rituals that help you wind down and sleep better? Share them in the comments. We can all learn from each other. Better sleep is one of the easiest, most powerful ways to take care of your health. Don't underestimate it. 5. Staying socially connected. This one might surprise you, but it's just as important as eating well or getting enough sleep. Staying socially connected has been one of the biggest reasons I've stayed healthy and happy for so many years. I make it a point to talk to friends, check in on family, and spend time with people who bring me joy. Even if it's just a quick call or a cup of coffee, those moments of connection make a big difference. There was a time when things got really tough, some personal losses, health scares in the family, and a lot of uncertainty. But what got me through it wasn't just strength or resilience. It was people. It was those phone calls from old friends, Sunday dinners with my kids, even chatting with a neighbor while walking the dog. Those small interactions kept my spirits up when everything else felt heavy. I honestly believe they helped keep me not just mentally strong, but physically well, too. We're not meant to go through life alone. We're wired for connection. Our relationships feed something deep inside us that no vitamin or workout can reach. When we feel heard, seen, and loved, our bodies respond. Studies have shown that people with strong social connections live longer, recover faster from illness, and are less likely to suffer from depression. I didn't need research to know it. It's something you feel in your bones. And the best part is, it doesn't take much. You don't have to host a party or be the life of the room. Sometimes, just sending a text to say, "I'm thinking of you," or calling a friend to check in is all it takes. Join a book club, volunteer at a local group, have lunch with a neighbor, whatever feels natural to you. The key is to stay connected, even in small ways, especially as we get older. Too many people isolate themselves without realizing it. They get used to the quiet, used to not reaching out, and before they know it, loneliness sets in. And loneliness isn't just sad, it's dangerous. It can raise your risk for heart disease, cognitive decline, and even shorten your life. But the good news is, it's also something you can change, starting today. So I want to ask you, who do you connect with regularly? Who lifts you up, makes you smile, reminds you that you're not alone? Maybe it's a childhood friend, a sibling, a neighbor, or even someone you met online who shares your interests. Take a moment today to reach out. Call them. Text them. Tell them you appreciate them. And while you're here, why not give them a shout out in the comments? Let them know they matter. You never know who needs to hear it. Sometimes, the simple act of connection is the most powerful thing we can do for our health and our hearts. 6. Continuous learning. If there's one thing that's kept me feeling young inside, it's learning. I make it a point to feed my mind every day. Whether it's reading a new book, watching a documentary, or trying something I've never done before, I believe staying curious is what keeps life exciting. A few years ago, I picked up painting, something I'd never really tried. At first, I wasn't very good, but that didn't matter. What mattered was that I was doing something new. I remember how proud I felt finishing that first little painting, even if it wasn't perfect. It gave me a sense of accomplishment I hadn't felt in a while, and more importantly, it sparked something in me. I started seeing every day as a chance to grow. And that's the beautiful thing, learning doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as reading a few pages each night, trying a new recipe, learning how to use a new app, or even asking your grandkids to teach you something they love. Every new piece of knowledge, no matter how small, keeps our brains active and alive. I've seen this time and time again with people around me. One of my closest friends started learning Spanish at age 68. She said it made her feel like her brain woke up. Another friend started studying birdwatching. Now, every walk in the park is an adventure for her. The point isn't to master something. It's to stay engaged, to challenge yourself in ways that feel enjoyable. There's a common myth that once we hit a certain age, our learning days are behind us. But that couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, continuing to learn new things as we age is one of the best ways to protect our mental health. Studies have shown that lifelong learning helps maintain cognitive function, reduces the risk of dementia, and improves emotional well-being. It gives us a sense of purpose and keeps life interesting. And you don't need a classroom or a degree. You just need curiosity. Learn a few words in a new language. Pick up a musical instrument you've always been curious about. Watch a documentary on a topic you know nothing about. Take a class at your local community center, or even online. There are endless possibilities, and they're more accessible than ever. So let me ask you, what's something new you've learned recently? Maybe you tried baking bread from scratch. Maybe you read an article that changed how you think about health. Maybe you finally figured out how to use that feature on your phone you've been ignoring for years. Whatever it is, I'd love to hear about it. Drop it in the comments and inspire someone else to keep learning too. Because no matter your age, your brain still wants to be challenged, still wants to grow. And when we keep learning, we keep living, not just longer, but better. 7. Practicing gratitude. Out of all the habits I've picked up over the years, this one might be the simplest, but also the most powerful. Every day, usually first thing in the morning or right before bed, I take a moment to think about 3 things I'm grateful for. That's it. Just 3 small things. Some days it's as basic as a warm cup of tea or the sound of birds outside my window. Other days, it's something deeper, like a good conversation with a friend or the fact that I can still take long walks on my own. This practice has helped me through some of the toughest times in my life. When I lost my wife, I didn't know how I was going to move forward. The grief was heavy, and everything felt dark. But even then, I forced myself to write down one thing I was thankful for each day. Some days it was just, I got out of bed, or the sun came out. It wasn't magic, but slowly, it helped shift my focus from pain to the small pieces of life that still brought comfort. Gratitude didn't take away the sadness, but it helped me carry it differently, with a bit more strength and grace. What I've learned is that gratitude doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect. It's about noticing the good that's still here, even when things are hard. That shift in perspective is powerful. It changes how we relate to the world, and how we respond to stress. Instead of waking up thinking about everything that hurts or what's missing, we start our day with what's present, what's good, even if it's small. I once shared this habit with a friend who was going through a rough patch. At first, he said it felt silly, like writing a thank you note to no one. But after a few weeks, he told me something had changed. He was sleeping better, he felt lighter, and he started appreciating things he used to overlook. That's the quiet power of gratitude. It doesn't make noise. It just quietly transforms how you see the world. And you don't need a journal or any special routine. Just pause for a moment during your day, maybe after your coffee or before bedtime, and ask yourself, what went right today? You might be surprised by what comes up. Some days it's big, some days it's just the comfort of your favorite chair or hearing from an old friend. So now I want to ask you, what are you grateful for today? Maybe it's something small, like a good meal, or something big, like the love of your grandchildren. Whatever it is, share it in the comments. Let's build a little corner of the internet filled with good things, no matter how small. Because when we practice gratitude regularly, life starts to feel fuller, softer, and more meaningful. It's a habit that costs nothing, but gives back more than I ever imagined. To wrap things up, these 7 simple habits, starting the day with warm water, taking daily walks in nature, eating balanced home-cooked meals, sticking to a regular sleep schedule, staying socially connected, always learning something new, and practicing gratitude, have helped me stay strong, clear-minded, and full of energy at 72. None of them are complicated or expensive. They're just small daily choices that add up to a better, healthier life. And the best part? It's never too late to begin. Whether you're 50, 70, or beyond, you can always choose to care for your body and mind in a more intentional way. Every small step counts. You don't have to do them all at once, just start with one. If this message spoke to you, I encourage you to share it with a friend or loved one. Let's help each other age with strength, joy, and purpose. We're all on this journey together, and sometimes, all it takes is one simple change to make a big difference.